Good evening, me commandos. Today we are going to be doing our Armchair General update. Today there wasn't much movement, like on the tactical news and stuff, and movement on the front line, but there was a lot of strategic news. Kanan Neko, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. All right, so our first interesting bit of news is the Sumy Oblast. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention we are joined by Yag B, who really helped out a big amount with the slides. So thank you, Yag.
Thank you, thank you. I just gathered a lot of information for it, and I also gathered a lot of strategic information, scouring the internet, going through all those weird, dirty forums that everybody knows.
Yeah, I love Telegram. Telegram's so fun.
I wish I used Telegram. No, I go through like the weird Twitters where like nobody speaks English, and you just gotta translate every single tweet to find like, all right, what's this? What am I saying
Oh
here?
yeah. It's pretty cool. A lot of them post on Telegram, and you click the translate button. It works pretty well, but sometimes things get lost. So, did you want to talk about the Sumi?
Sure.
Go
So,
ahead.
since the Kursk incursion, or is it incursion or battle? What should I refer to as?
Probably a battle.
Battle has been coming to an end. It looks like Russia has been attempting to push into Sumy. And it looks like, I don't want to say like it's been like massively successful, but it looks like they have captured at least 4 villages along the border, pickering out little bits at a time. Nothing too dangerous right now. It looks as if it's sort of a, that's the best way to put it. I don't want to say it's a oh no, but it's more of a okay, we can probably let's just keep it back as much as we can for right now.
Yeah,
But I think if they start moving a lot deeper into it, we will see it coming up within the next few weeks.
yeah. The Russian strength seems pretty evenly distributed along this front. The weak point for Ukraine is this light infantry brigade here, which they have. This is where they've broken through the most. But I think the mechanized is more than a match for the airborne units, since their whole thing is reliant. They're super reliant on speed. I don't know what kind of air defense the Russians have or the Ukrainians have in this area, but I think the mechanized will keep them mobile enough to keep up with the airborne units.
I saw earlier a few mobile German stuff getting hit by Landsets.
Ah, okay.
Like I saw like a few mobile systems and a few more interesting systems getting hit by Landsets, but as for everything else, I think it's, I don't want to say pretty evenly matched because I can't give you a 100% deal, but it looks like that little area that you were talking about earlier with the weak point
Hmm.
probably going to be a big issue because the Russians did just arrive at the road on their border right there, taking back that little checkpoint. So I think they'll probably going to push in more and more in that
Yeah,
area. It's not going to be devastating, but I think it's going to be like injury inducing.
yeah. Right now, it looks like in this little area, I would say the Ukrainians have the numbers advantage, but the Russians can't have the luxury of reinforcement, which the Ukrainians will not have. Jungle Jim Daddy,
Yeah,
welcome to the
reinforcements are going to be
stream.
very important.
Yeah. All right, next is Belograd Oblast. This is a much smaller battle than the one before.
Yeah.
Um, it looks like
It's
I would say it depends on this one unit, but I would say the Ukrainians also have a pretty big advantage in this local region just because they have mechanized and the Russians have motorized. I don't know how good their naval infantry is at this point. They've kind of been abusing them for a while, but they do have a drone company right here. Company
I
sized
I
unit of just drone
I
specialists.
From what I have been seeing, it looks as if the Ukrainians aren't using anything heavy mechanized for it. It looks like they're pushing more with ATVs and more mobile troop movement machines because I've saw like a few videos of ATVs being hit by FPV drones. So I'm wondering if they're trying to move their strategy. Instead of using big expensive equipment to do these little incursions, do small equipment, get a foothold, and then push the heavier stuff in front.
Yeah. I think along with this, like the whole point, I think a lot of people are focused on the capture of territory, but it's just trying to capture defensive positions while the enemy is out of in a bad spot because
Yeah.
it's a war of attrition. This isn't going to end until one side just gives up. So that puts Ukraine at a huge disadvantage just in terms of the type of fighting that is.
Yeah, I wonder what the like the goal of this incursion is because it's clearly not like heavily supplied. It's not given
Hmm.
like the big boy. Do you think it's like a little bit of a trying to divert from Kursk and Sume, or do you think it's like legitimately trying to capture something to try to negotiate? Because if you can at least get a few villages, I imagine they'll be able to like at least negotiate something.
I don't know because it's so small the territories that they're capturing. Like
Ah,
I feel like they're attacking logistical places. They're
I
like
don't
blowing up little
know.
bridges and stuff. Maybe.
I have no idea, man. I
Yeah.
wish I could tell you because it just looks like like I'm not gonna say like, oh, this is terrible. It's more like I just don't get the logic behind it.
Yeah. Me either. All right. Our next one is the 72nd Mechanized Brigade. We've been tracking them previously, and they are back at the front. So they kind of pulled out after Volodar, and we stopped tracking them for a while. But we have footage where it was localized at Serbine. I don't know this area that they're claiming they destroyed some Russian equipment here with drones. So our unit that we've been following is back, and if everyone would like, we can keep following them into the future.
Please let us know, everybody. I see there's it says 17 people are watching on Twitter, so those on Twitter, please respond. I can only see I see like it says like 18 people are on Twitter and a couple people are on Twitch, so I'm like, "Oh, I don't know which one I don't know which one I have to watch."
Yeah, I am watching both. If you think of a unit later, you can also message us. That would be fun.
Yes.
All right, our
I don't
next is the Dutch F-16s. Did you want to talk about this?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, Dutch F-16s have arrived to reinforce the Ukrainian Air Force. It's been a much needed boost because since the beginning of the war, they've lost a lot of air defense systems and a lot of air defense jet fighters. So, for
Mhm.
those of you who are curious, these jet fighters are not used for fighting. These are not dogfighters. These are air defense. A lot of people assume that when an F-16s are being sent over, they're for air defense. I'm sorry, for dogfighting. These are for air defense. These are to defend the skies of Ukraine against missiles. They're not for direct fighting against other planes.
Okay, that's a good point because the Ukrainian Air Force has not been doing well. Like they got beat up at the start of the war and just kind of didn't do anything for a long time. They've even been pulling people out of the Air Force into the Army, just because there was nothing for them to do since all their equipment was gone. So hopefully this will protect Ukraine's energy infrastructure a lot better than they've been doing.
I do know that a lot of attack and fighter jets have been shot down, like MiG 29s and Sukhoi 25s. There
Hmm.
was two Sukhoi 25s that were shot down over Sumy recently. I hopefully I'm getting the right Oblast. I apologize for those who are going to kill me. Sorry, Donetsk region, Donetsk. On March
Yeah.
2nd, two of them were shot down. So it looks like what this is going to be is, hey, in case we need something in the back, we're going to get something in the back. But
Hmm.
if we need people right now, like this is going to keep us alive.
Yeah. Yeah. So this maybe in the future, as their air force builds up and they can avoid taking losses. I don't know if the odds of them getting additional aircraft from NATO countries is pretty low. But if they can keep it alive, maybe they'll be able to build up a air force.
it it really depends because a lot of MiG 29s and Sukhoi 25s have been taken out, and that was the bulk of their air force.
Yeah.
Like, I know they got Mirage 2000s, but again, it's like to those of you who love dogfights, you're not going to see dogfights. You're just like all these aircraft are going to try to avoid air defenses, and they're going to try their hardest to avoid dogfighting because
Yeah.
yeah, it's nice to get F-16s, but no one wants to be the first F-16 shot down by a Sukhoi 35.
Yeah. That would be pretty
Nobody wants
bad.
that distinction. Oh my god, I couldn't imagine.
All right. And next, the Russians have started using Ladas in huge numbers as motorized infantry. They're pretty bad considering they have, even for motorized, considering how small they are, they can only carry a fire team's worth of guys. And they can slap a 50 on it, but nothing bigger than that. However, like, they're basically unlimited in how many they could use if they wanted.
Makes sense.
Um,
I mean, they are, some stuff is
my
very
hat,
cheap.
Mexi,
Cheaper stuff
why?
is very easy to, haha, hat yoink. They
Rip.
took your hat. Some stuff is a lot easier to produce, so you might as well produce the easiest stuff as possible, you know?
Yeah,
It's like you
yeah.
said, it's a war of attrition. You gotta be fat. You gotta be tough. No, wait, actually, are we allowed to sing on Twitch, or are we gonna get demonetized
No, you can sing.
immediately? I'm not gonna sing. No, I feel as if that's kind of the point of warfare in this kind of stage. Is everybody's trying to figure out what's cheap, easy, and fast to make, as we've
Mm-hmm.
seen with FPV drones. I mean, heck, I think like, gosh, both sides are producing like 10,000, 50,000 a month.
Oh, it's way, way more than that.
It's got to be
I
like a
think it
100,000
was
a month, right?
it was last month. Let me look. Or maybe you can look. I think it
Okay.
was 200,000 for Ukraine.
No.
It's like
Ukraine says it
ridiculous.
produces 2.5 million a year. 2.5
Yeah, that's
million
about 200,000 a
divided
month.
by 12. It's around 200,000. So what do you think? I know Russian drone development was like a million last year.
Wow.
Uh, they said okay, it says Shaheeds only. So Shaheed says
Ah,
2,000 Shaheeds a month, which is what that's 2,000 is 2,000 Shaheeds a month is probably around 24,000.
yeah. They've been cutting costs on the drones in a way that's like actually kind of brilliant because the kamikaze ones they only need to fly once.
I
What you
mean,
talking about? We're doing our Armchair General update.
hello! Yes, we are having fun doing Armchair General. We're just
Yeah,
talking about cheap weapons of war.
yeah. And that brings us right to our next slide. Oh wait, this is the Ivan Rogov helicopter carrier.
Yes, I was very excited to share this week because there has not been a single photo of this thing posted ever.
Ooh,
Ever. It was like literally the last time this thing was posted, I think like it was like 1/150th of the size, and someone just took like a photo of it being developed. So this is Russia's future aircraft slash drone carrier. It's not going to replace the Admiral Kush. I can't pronounce that one.
mm-hmm.
But it's not going to replace it. It's going to supplement it. It's going to be a helicopter and drone carrier. And I am very excited about it because I have been personally trying to get photos of it for a while.
Ah, yep. Where is the Zaliv shipyard?
Crimea.
Oh, okay. So it could get attacked by Neptune missiles, but they'll
It
probably protect it. We'll see.
it hasn't been attacked. That's the funny thing because I'm shocked. I have not seen any like attacks on it just yet.
Hmm,
It
okay.
could just be from lack of I want to say lack of importance, if that makes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, you don't want to stop their project when they just started it. Wait for them to pour their money into it and then hit it, you know?
I was gonna say, like, this thing's probably gonna be, like, done after the war. Like, if the war ends this
Ah,
year or next year, it's probably gonna be like, all right, now we can just finish it off. But I
yeah, yeah.
someone says, isn't there a ceasefire on the sea region? I don't know. I do not know. I'm don't know if that's
Oh
if
yeah,
that's
I
been
haven't
up
heard
there yet.
anything about the ceasefire.
I think it's being like discussed, but I don't know if they've all like if either side's confirmed it or not.
Okay, yeah, that'll be something I'll have to look into later. There could be a ceasefire,
Yeah.
which
Sorry about that. Sorry about
which
not knowing. I just
would this count as because it's still at the port, you know? Would it count? Maybe you could get away
check
with it.
check the next photo. I think I have like a satellite photo.
Yeah, see? Okay, that counts as land, right? Or no, this is something else.
That's a shipyard. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah, it
wonder.
is. Okay. Just took me a
Uh,
second.
there was news regarding. I don't know really myself. I wish I could help you. We don't know. We are just elves. We don't know.
Yeah. You want to see the bridge burn, right? Why haven't they done that yet? That would really hinder their operational capabilities in the region.
Well, ever since they built that
Scammed.
railroad, they built that railroads from what is it? They started building railroads in occupied eastern area to try to replace Kirsch. So I'm wondering, like, even if you blow the bridge up, would it have a huge impact?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
welcome back. Welcome here on Twitch instead of X.
Kamikaze, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. It was worth it for the chance to return hat. Thank you for your efforts. All right, our next one is I've been like kind of schizo posting about this earlier, but there are laser defense systems are coming up.
Yes. Yes, I have been sharing these with you. I have been
Hmm?
sharing these with you, and you have been so excited about it, and I
I
have been
know,
so
right?
excited about it too. Oh my god, it is so great. We're getting laser rifles.
Yeah. So they've been testing these laser drone systems against small kamikaze drones, and here's a video of them doing the testing, but it's pretty small and it just takes out the drone. So what I think we're gonna see is little R2D2 style active protection anti-drone systems on tanks with like
Ooh,
a
see, my
rudiment.
friend.
Huh?
I was gonna say, my friend's been talking about that.
Yeah, so with like a rudimentary targeting system. APS lasers, that's cool, right? So it'll
Yeah.
just be able to take out even because it won't even need like the jammers for the anti-jammering drones. It'll just laze them. Okay, let's watch it again. Instant. So this also ties into what I've been saying with the radar, where I think radars pretty soon. This is like with the new F-47. It's gonna have like anti-laser pods or something on it, or built into the radar, where if it picks something up, it'll kill it.
Ooh. I like that. I think lasers are gonna be the future, but for right now, like for example, I was talking to my buddy about this. He said that he doesn't like. He said it's not a good idea to do infantry drone like laser drones. It should be on tanks and jet fighters. And I'm like, I agree, but come on, this is awesome. The first ever laser rifle used by a real military.
Right? I think the main issue is the targeting. They're not gonna want a dude to carry it, even though like because he might miss. And if you can build like a little tripod that aims for you with some sort of targeting system, which is pretty close. We're pretty close to having that already.
Yeah, I think we're really gonna be. I really think we are gonna get it soon. But for right now, from what I've seen about this, this is a prototype. Like this is a prototype, but it's like it's a working prototype. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
steady aim. I don't. It's going to be more precise with machines, but I feel like what they're going to do is they're going to field test stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They're going to get people
Yeah.
in and out of the field, just going hitting the FPV drones. Because
Yeah.
I forgot to mention to you, the range is only about 500 meters.
Okay. That's still pretty good, especially for the R2D2 style tank defense system.
Yeah, yeah, machines are more precise. I
Yeah.
I know like a lot of people on slash K were like very upset when I posted about this.
Yeah. They're like,
And
no. This could negate the only advantage that Ukraine has, and they've really prioritized drone warfare, and they've done that very
yes,
well.
like Russians have anti-drone systems, but like those are very big and expensive because having the huge microwave is like you got to put on a truck, you got to bring
Mhm.
it out, and you got to use it on the field. So having something like this would be amazing on like you could depending. I wish they showed the battery. Yeah, I know. I want to
Yeah,
see
I
the
was just
battery.
thinking that kamikaze is what is this plugged into? Because if it's like the size of a car, then it might not be
Yeah.
as good as we're thinking. But if it's like I don't know, maybe the size of a coffee table, then yeah, you can totally put this on a tank.
Also, someone mentioned fiber optic drones. I think this is what would be the counter to fiber optic drones because it doesn't. It can just like pop them out of the sky rather than rather than be like, okay, here's a microwave, fire. Okay, 50 drones only go down. We still have 20 up
Yeah.
there. I think this would probably be in conjunction with a microwave system.
Yeah, it's not jamming it, it's destroying it. Just cut the
Cut the
cable. Oh no.
Have you, Iron, have you seen the anti-drone nets they have all around Bakhmut where like every road is covered in nets now?
Yeah, I have seen that. I saw something where they blew it up when nobody was there, and they snuck into it, and they're driving down the road thinking it was safe when it wasn't. Which, in that particular case, it didn't work out for the Russians, but it does slow down uh, Ukrainian operations. So I think it's worth.
I wonder how many of I wonder how like we're gonna see in the future like how many little drone like pew 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 like little drone nets they're gonna have in every city because I saw them, they're just installing them behind Shavishar, just being like, yeah, it stops drones.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
just love the idea of just like a big net and some guy with a laser rifle just going pew pew.
Yeah, that would be pretty effective. Drone
I,
storms with small warheads. Yeah, that could beat the net. I think that's how they beat it last time. But even a little bit of a slowdown could be worth.
I wonder if they're going to use smaller and smaller drones. Like, when does it become a how when does like it become like efficient to use a smaller drone?
Yeah. I think it's as pretty much as small as it can get with the grenades. Any smaller than that, and it's not really doing any damage.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
our
trying to
next.
find.
Oh, I think that's the end. So.
No, I swear we have more. We have the North Korean stuff.
Oh yeah, I hit the wrong button. Okay.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Jay.
Okay.
I just wanted to share this. This is just the J36.
Mm.
We got like a good view of its side. I'm not impressed.
Okay. Was it the J36 also the one where they took the picture and it had a bunch of rivets in it?
That's the J20 and the
Uh,
P50 prototype of the
Newt.
Sukhoi
Hi, Newt.
57,
Welcome, welcome.
which
Okay.
everybody always uses, and that always bothers me when people use that T50 like prototype model. I'm like, no, if you check the production models, they fix that. That's just the prototype just to fly and stuff. Guys,
Oh, okay.
please. I feel like it's like when people use the F-22 like rivet pictures, and I'm like, no, you can't use those photos. That's a flying prototype. You can't use
Right?
the. I feel bad because the F-22 is such a beautiful plane, and a lot of like
Hmm.
other people online try to argue like, oh, yeah, it has rivets and rust too. Yeah, I'm not debating its stealth. I'm more debating like the rivets have been covered and they have been cleaned up and there has now been jam what is it ram or jam painting on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Like they fixed those issues, but I feel like people still use those older photos of the prototype to misrepresent the plane. Like I said, I'm not saying like, oh my god, it's the best plane ever. What I'm saying is I really wish people just like use the correct photos of everything.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get a little sidetracked here. I read the annual threat assessment of the U.S. intelligence community. So it's pretty standard stuff. I think the interesting thing was their priority seemed to be the cartels, the focus on the cartels and stuff. Because normally they put the most important stuff first, and that's what they put first over everybody else. So I'm like, huh, interesting.
They have been flying Reaper drones and intelligence drones over the U.S. border, and they did just deploy some warships in that area. But I
Ooh,
don't know of any plans to launch strikes into Mexico. God,
right? That
we're
would
gonna be. I
be, yeah, we'd have to cover that for sure.
was gonna say we're gonna be so busy if that happens.
Oh my god.
God, could you imagine? Like, it's just gonna be like, all right, Iron. They took, they went in another like 500 miles into Mexico, and now everybody's debating the effectiveness of every army ever again.
True.
Like, that's the thing that's gonna kill me is like, now you have to perform so well, or else you're gonna be like, let's tell like, well, what's happening to your army right now? What is
Mhm.
happening to your army that you haven't conquered Mexico in 2 hours?
All right, and our
I'm gonna
next
get a lot of
slide.
flack for that. I'm gonna get so
Oh
much
my
flack for
god.
that. Guys, I'm
Our
so
next is the North Korean A-50.
yeah, so I was sharing this with Iron a few days ago,
Hmm.
and I it looks to be a very weird North Korean plane. Like North Korea was just showing off a bunch of its newer equipment, and they haven't given a name to this, but if you show the next slide,
All right.
um, I think I have it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you show the next slide, on the left is the North Korean one, and on the right is a
Hmm.
Russian one. They're not
Yep.
like the exact same, but they use the same plane base, and I
Yeah.
think it looks to be that they just made a copy.
You can imagine a MiG-17 giving cover. Oh no. So
Oh,
yeah, so the North Koreans and Russians have really started getting more integrated economically and militarily. And the Russian, North Korean, China kind of triangle is starting to gain cohesion at the very lowest level. But
yeah,
Ukraine has been throwing a lot of guys in the meat grinder, and they're getting technological support from Russia in exchange, as well as money.
I would say
So,
honestly, this plane is probably worth its weight in soldiers. That's mean to say,
yeah,
but
for
what I'm
sure.
saying is having a plane like this for North Korea is insane. Like this is something that they could actually really use, having an early warning radar plane.
Hmm.
And so just that to them is probably worth more than 10,000 soldiers.
Oh, for sure.
I
Like they actually have AWACS. That's a huge deal.
Yeah, and I know the Russians are moving away from the A50 to the A100. They have like two prototypes out. One of them
Hmm.
was flying last year. So I wonder if they'll give maybe one or two to Ukraine, not Ukraine, North Korea,
Hmm.
and to try to like sweeten the deal because I know the deal is for new MiG 29s and Sukhoi 27s to go to North
Ooh.
Korea,
Okay. Yeah. They've
and
also
I
been bolstering the North Korea has seen the effectiveness of drones, and North Korea is trying to pivot their military into making a bunch of those.
yeah,
So,
I can see
yep.
that. I mean, it's effective. It is effective on on both sides of of this conflict. Is drones are the most effective things we got, and because you can fly them around, they're small, they're everywhere,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be honestly, it's gonna be It's gonna be the future. I don't care what slash K thinks. I see you guys in
Yeah.
slash K. I see you slash K.
Oh, and here we have North Korean drone. This is huge. This is a really big drone.
It's a knockoff of a American MQ-4 drone.
Ah.
I 100% with all my heart, that is a MiG-21 with a dress on it.
Oh, true, right? Like
There is no
that
way
is
in
huge,
planet
right?
that North Korea built their own planes. They can't even build tanks that aren't just like there's no way they built an actual drone this big. I
No, that would be
refuse
a
to believe.
notable increase in their capabilities. That would be kind of scary. It looks so dumb, right? I like the bulb here, like a whale through.
It's supposed to be an intelligence gathering drone. Like it's supposed to be like this
Ah,
big, scary intel. They fly the American version. Can't even believe I have to say that. Flies these around. Iran's nuclear stuff. Yeah, for
yep.
surveillance. It's a surveillance drone. It's not
Mm,
really supposed to be like a strike drone.
yeah, I bet they could make it strike as well, but it would be too important to risk losing it. It's like right until they get
Yeah,
more of them. Yeah, it must be a lot of sensors. True. Look at how huge it is. Maybe it has a really good radar or something like in here. I don't know.
it's it's got to be like Chinese or Russian made. Like I
Oh, for
can't like
sure.
they don't have the air industry. I mean, even China and like China's able to produce planes, but no offense, a lot of those are just MiG 21s with like extra step. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
like and Russian while Russian naval aviation was able to get that the Superjet 100 PD8 engines, they finally got those to work. So it's like I could see both of them working together, but like I just can't see North
Yep.
Korea doing this.
It could be ground radar paired with satellite grade cameras. Yeah, that type of stuff. It definitely could be, but I am thinking it. That makes me think it's more Chinese made because they don't have the electronics industry to support that type of development,
Yeah, it
right?
would have to be Chinese made. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
really have that. The most even their most advanced like stuff is really just knockoffs of everyone else's. They really don't have
Mm.
the capacity to do it that strong. Like I said, even with even Chinese and Russian like countries which are bigger and have more money and have bigger economies struggle with this high tech
Yeah.
stuff because
True.
only certain nations, even the United States struggles with making chips.
True.
So it's
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely Chinese they made then, or
a
Russia.
hundred
Either way.
100% non-North Korean made, or it's
Yeah.
just a MiG-21 with a pilot inside, just like praying because he can't see.
They're like assembled in North Korea. It's North Korean made. Oh, yeah, and here you have the picture of it where it's
Yes,
basically the
yes,
same. Yep.
yes. Here, that's the North Korean one, and
Hmm.
that's the American one, and you can see the North Korean one is so much more like you can tell it's not as well made, and it's also missing a lot on the bottom.
Ah, yeah, right here. This area that drops down even here it goes down here and here it doesn't change. It goes down much
Yeah,
lower.
exactly. You can see that like nothing's there, and it's just
This is
awful.
this is like when your friend copies your homework but forgets to change anything. It's like, oh no.
You know what I just realized? You see where the engine is
Yeah.
on the North Korean one? It's not painted.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
when Russian and Chinese jets are being made, I've seen this in the photos. I've seen this in photos. It's yellow. Like, plane parts being built are yellow. So it looks like they
Yeah.
didn't even finish painting it.
Ah, okay. The radar cowling is different. Bottom part could be fuel. Oh, that's true. Okay.
It could be. Like, honest to God, it could be, but
Yeah.
I wonder, like, North Korea does have satellites, but are very poorly made satellites. So I wonder I wonder if they're just using Chinese or Russian ones to guide them.
Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, in the annual threat assessment, they're saying that China space capabilities have surpassed Russia at this point. That was in the brief.
Reading the
So
one, I thought I was reading the one where they said Russia was trying to put a nuke in space.
they are, but it also
That's
said,
crazy.
yeah, that
I love that. It's
would
like
be so bad. That would be
I know.
horrendous. What a bad
I love that.
choice.
I love that idea though of like technically they've surpassed the other ones, but they're not putting nukes in space, so we consider this one more dangerous.
Yeah, true. Let's
Well,
just
if
fuck up everything for everyone forever. Nuke
I use
satellites.
I know there's this one guy, his name's Lasos DA. And he's on Twitter and he posts a lot about the satellites being sent up.
Hmm.
A lot of them are a lot of them are smaller. A lot of them are smaller satellites. So I think probably China's probably sending a lot more heavier ones and Russia's sending a lot more smaller ones because I noticed they are sending a lot up, but I noticed they're not like the biggest. I wonder what those are. It could just be like I know they're not commercial satellites, but I wonder what they are.
They want to create a solution to global warming. Oh no.
They want to create a solution to global.
Yep.
No,
Oh.
I can create a solution to global warming pretty easily, but I'm not allowed back in schools afterwards. I'm gonna blow up
Alright.
everything.
Uh-oh. Why did my keyboard stop working?
Oh, someone mentioned something.
Hmm.
Also, North Korean gears lows so weird. I can't tell if it's another plane behind it or that's it. I think that gear is from a MiG. I
No
give me
way,
one
for
second.
real?
I think that's from a MiG 21. I think that's a landing gear from a MiG 21. I swear to God.
Oh, then that would basically confirm that they dressed up a MiG. Right? Why would you use the same wheel?
It is. It is.
Post a picture in the slide so we can see it.
I'm okay. Let me add it to the arms. Give me one second. It is a MiG. It is a MiG. Okay, I'm gonna post it to the next one. I think this is like a War Thunder screen. Oh my God, this is like
Ah,
a.
okay.
Let me see if I can. Ah, okay. Uh, oh gosh. Let me see if I can get. I just got a good photo of one.
I post
Of the
it.
landing. I just got a good photo of it. I think that is a MiG wheel. I think that is a MiG 21 wheel. Okay. I moved it to another slide.
Alright, where is it? Up? We already
I
have a
swear to
solution to.
God, I think that is one. I think that's one. It's at the next one.
Alright. Oh, maybe I have to restart the slides.
No, one more.
I know, but it wasn't going down anymore.
Dang it.
You.
I swear to God, it's a MiG 21's like landing
What do you
wheel. I don't
think?
know if it's a.
Who would win? North Korean psyops or kamikaze? Kamikaze caught it. I can't believe it. Oh my
It's a
goodness.
MiG. It's a MiG 21. It's not even a real plane.
Oh my god. That negates everything we were saying. They just dressed up a MiG. Oh my
I
goodness.
swear to God, that's just a MiG wheel. I swear to God, they're just I. It could be someone could be like, oh, but they're probably just using MiG 21 wheels to like keep it stable. No, this is. My God,
Oh my
bro.
goodness. I can't believe
What?
it. No. What about the back
What about?
gear?
Can we see the back? I don't.
Uh, hmm.
Let me see if. Give me like
I'm
one
seeing the
minute to
back
find
gear
it.
here. It looks like it comes down and then a little thing comes out. And then here, I don't know. It looks like
Let me see. North Korean drone. Let me see if I can find a
this
photo
wheel is
of it.
bigger. This wheel's bigger.
Okay, I got a photo of the wheels.
Okay.
Let me add it. Let me
The
add it
wheel
to the.
cover is conveniently obscured. True. I can't see it.
Okay. I added it to the slideshow. I added a more accurate thing of the wheels. These are literally just MiG wheels, bro. These are MiG-21 wheels.
Oh my goodness.
These are MiG-21.
They aren't even trying anymore. No. Oh my goodness. Okay, they made their best effort, but Kamikaze
They
saw right
just
through it.
they cannibalize. I can't believe they cannibalized a MiG-21 and just put some freaking sheet iron around it to justify it. That's
Bruh.
amazing.
Yep, so they're not getting Chinese help for this. Okay, they just made it up.
Oh my
Me
god,
when
that
I
explains
lie.
so much. That explains everything. That's why we don't see any footage of it flying. It probably blows up the moment it moves.
True. Okay. Alright, and that is the end of our Armchair General, though. That was a nice catch, Kamikaze. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright. And thank you to Yog for helping me put the slides together and all the graphics and the very cool information. Thank you, Yog.
No problem. I'm really glad to be a part of this. It is really fun to join in every week and just talk about military stuff.
Yeah.
My friends aren't that big into military, even my buddy in the Air Force. So,
Yeah, yeah. I think what's our next stream? Our next stream is going to be Escape from Tarkov on Sunday at the same time. So look forward to that, everyone, and have a good weekend. Bye bye.
bye, everybody.